Champions League final. The Champions League final between two clubs that haven't been champions of England for many a year, many a decade. But tonight, either Tottenham or Liverpool will be kings of Europe. The sky is blue. The Spanish sun is shining down on the Metropolitano here on the northeast fringe of the city of the Spanish capital. And it is Liverpool that get us underway with the captain, Jordan Henderson, who plays the ball back into central defence to Matip, who strikes it downfield. Liverpool are playing from right to left in the first half. You're listening to us on BBC Radio 5 Live, but the World Service are with us as well. As Henderson plays the ball over the top to Sadio Mane on the edge of the area. Mane into the box, crosses it. It strikes the arms of Sissoko. It's a penalty. Referee Scamina has pointed to the spot. It's a handball. It struck the outstretched arm of Sissoko with less than 30 seconds on the clock. Liverpool have a penalty. Chris Sutton.
Well, it's an unbelievable call from the referee. Mane kicks the ball against, I think it hits Sissoko's chest at first. His arm is out, it hits his arm, but that is soft. He can't give that.
This will be reviewed by VAR. Sean Dyche, the Burnley manager, is here as well.
I don't think he did that. That is so early in the game. He's hit him on his chest.
But he does give it.
His chest. I know, I think he will, but he's hit him on his chest, hit him on the arm.
This is the referee who gave the penalty to Manchester United in the dying stages at the Parc des Princes. The check is over. It's a penalty. And Salah is ready to take it. We're in the second minute now, and referee Scamina has actually walked right across to the goal line to talk to Hugo Lloris, who's standing behind the line.
So 3 penalties, I think.
He saved his last 3 penalties that have been taken against him, the French goalkeeper and Tottenham captain. But this is Mohamed Salah, who had to go off early in the Champions League final 1 year ago in Kiev. Here, in the second minute, he's going to take a penalty left-footed and scores! Lloris dives to his left but couldn't stop it. It was struck with too much pace by Mohamed Salah. And Liverpool are in front with 2 minutes on the clock. A controversial penalty award.
Controversial as it was, did we expect anything else? Magnificent! Mo Salah starts with a straight run, a couple of steps to his right, and then he hammers the ball down the middle of the goal. Lloris goes early, and Liverpool take the lead.
I think the challenge the referee's got, is his arm is in a strange position, but it does hit his chest first. I mean, I've got to say, I don't know what his arm's up there for, but it does hit the corner of his chest, the edge of his chest, and then goes in. But what a finish. I mean, fantastic execution with his laces, power, pace, bravery to go more or less down the middle. It takes a brave keeper to stand still.
Lloris went the right way, diving to his left. It actually went above his head, just above his head by probably a couple of feet, but it was just struck too powerfully. And it's Tottenham 0, Liverpool 1 in the Champions League final.
Yeah, he knew exactly what he wanted to do, stroked it in beautifully, confident penalty.
So important now to stay calm, I think. So important. Not easy, by the way, but Tottenham stay calm now. Does the game open up? Do Liverpool go cagey? Do they open the game up and go for it? It's going to be interesting.
Well, there's no rushes for Tottenham. We talked about them being behind in this competition. They've come back all season, against all odds. A goal down in 2 minutes shouldn't worry this Tottenham team.
Tottenham 0, Liverpool 1. If you miss kickoff, you've missed the opening goal. A handball given against Sissoko. Mane was on the left side of the penalty area near the edge of the box. Just looked to play it across, and Sissoko's arm was outstretched, and it hit him just right at the top of his right arm.
The one thing you would say is, why is Sissoko got his arm up in that position?
No, I agree. It's an unnatural position. I think that's got him in trouble, actually, because it does hit his chest first, but it is a strange position to have your arm in, and nowadays I would say, what is your arm doing up there?
The penalty was awarded after 23 seconds of the Champions League final.
Look at Liverpool now, the press, really on the press, front foot, look at the body language, a shift in it, really trying to stand their authority after on the back of that goal.
But as Sean Dyche and Chris Sutton are rightly saying, Tottenham have been here before in this situation. They've never been here before, though, in the Champions League final. The first time they have ever been in this position in the final of Europe's Premier Club competition. And within 2 minutes, they're 1-0 down. Here's Dele Alli, though, on the corner of the penalty penalty area into Son inside the box, and then in comes the challenge from Henderson just to poke it behind for a corner for Spurs.
Yeah, it's a good run from Ali. Trying to get in on the diagonal, in behind Alexander-Arnold. Actually hits Alexander-Arnold in the backside. He prods the ball to Son, and Henderson was alert and poked the ball behind. Tottenham gets an opportunity from a corner.
Corner to be taken from the left. The end to our right. 3 tiers, 4 if you include the hospitality tier, is completely red. So the Liverpool fans are. They are jubilant. But Tottenham with the set piece. Harry Kane on the edge of the 6-yard box. Dele Alli just in front of it. Here's the delivery curling towards the back post. The target was for Tongan, but it was headed away by Van Dijk. And now Sissoko is able to take the ball down and play it all the way back into his own half.
That's been one of the big differences set piece-wise for Liverpool. Again, defensively, Van Dijk's like a magnet in there. When the ball goes in there, he's like a magnet to that ball. He heads everything.
Tottenham 0, Liverpool 1. BBC Radio 5 Live, the World Service. Listeners on BBC London and Radio Merseyside are with us as well. So welcome to you all. Fabinho playing it through the middle now to Sadio Mane, who turns and moves to his right. Henderson is there, a little touch from him. Now back to Mane, who just rolls his left foot over the ball, then gives it into Salah on the edge of the box. Heavy touch there from Son on the edge of his own area, and then it's sliced out of play on the far side for a throw into Liverpool.
That Liverpool attack all came from a really sloppy ball from Kieran Trippier in that right back position. Nervy start from him, but Mane looks electric, doesn't he? In his early stages, drifting in, linking up. What a start for Liverpool.
I was saying this morning, Chris, when we were on breakfast, that if this Champions League final throws up even anything like, even a fraction of the thrills and spills that we've seen in the Champions League this season, then it should be quite a spectacle. And it started with a bang. Here, Tottenham with Son on the left-hand side. Alexander-Arnold does well. The ball rolls towards the dead ball line, and he turns and plays it out for a throw up the line.
Do you know one of the hardest things is? Imagine all the planning that's coming to this immediately changes everything on the point of both sides, particularly Tottenham, of course. That early goal changed the whole feel of what all the tactical plan was.
Sean Dyche, the Burnley manager, is here with us. Chris Sutton, who's played and scored in the Champions League. Welsh international Robbie Savage is here as well. He'll be hosting 606. We'll hear from him in a little while as well. But here is Sissoko inside his own half. Tottenham trying to recover from conceding the early goal. And then Eriksen plays the ball forward beyond the Liverpool back line. Alexander-Arnold back to Alisson, who had to stretch for that, and he immediately apologises, the Liverpool right back.
That was nervy, wasn't it, from Alexander-Arnold? Not the best ball. Alisson stretch actually went down.
Throw in, taken to Sissoko, he's 30 yards out, angles it back. Stumble from Trippier here, but Winks is in possession. Harry Winks, who's come back after a groin operation, and yet is fit to start the Champions League final. Alderweireld swings the ball out high to the left-hand side. Rose, heavy touch from him. He was at full pace, took a touch, but it bounced away and out of play for a throw into Liverpool.
This early in the game, I think, particularly from Tottenham, they've got to stick to whatever the plan was. You know, we don't know what the internal plan was from the manager. Stick with that. 1-0, it's a tough bitter pill to swallow this early in the game. Just stick with what you thought was right, because it's still in theory right. You know, don't throw it out when you stay calm, keep delivering.
Throw in for Alexander-Arnold, but it was intercepted by the chest of Sissoko, who claimed that he was fouled by Fabinho. Referee Scamino says no. Hit downfield. Danny Rose on the left-hand side. A high foot from Firmino, but didn't make contact with the Tottenham left back. Dele Alli back to Rose. And I suppose, Chris, as well, you know, you've mentioned it already. The setbacks that they have had to deal with in this Champions League this season, they have remarkably, Tottenham, always been able to get back eventually into their stride.
Yeah, and that will all be in the memory bank. The trouble they have is they are playing an outstanding Liverpool team.
Son down the left-hand side. This looks promising. Tried to slip the ball in field. Henderson was able to get a foot in. Eriksen on the edge of the box. Back to Son now. Son trying to weave his way through past two men, but then the final line of defence. And then it comes out to Sissoko, who hits the shot from 25 yards plus, and it flies away over the bar.
Lively from Son off that left-hand side. Dancing feet inside the box, and then Fabinho, good interception again. And as the ball goes out to Sissoko, I just wondered, could he have hit it first time, took a touch, and then Wild with a shot goes a long way over the Liverpool bar.
Alisson, the Liverpool goalkeeper, passing the ball out, as Liverpool like to do. Fabinho, who's under pressure from Son. Kane wasn't far away. So from the middle of his own half, he turned and just gave the ball back to Alisson. And now it's long for Liverpool, for Mane to chase. Mane, left side of the box, and then in comes Kieran Trippier with the challenge. Just got there, timed it well. Corner Liverpool.
It's the second time they put it in behind Trippier. You know, it looks to me like the early questions are being asked. You know, can we get our wide players, our fast wide players, Mane? So can we get them high and wide? Can we get them working off the shoulder with the back four top?
I think he's a player, Trippier, who's really lacked confidence this season. And Liverpool, it's a plan trying to exploit Spurs in that right-back position.
Very powerful from set pieces, by the way, Liverpool this season. I think they've got 30 of their 89 goals from set pieces in the Premier League, at varying sorts, including penalties, of course.
It's interesting here as well, Sean. The Liverpool players are very much crowding Lloris. They've got 5 men virtually on the goal line. They're surrounding Lloris.
It looks like they're going to whip it on top of him. See what the referee does with this.
That's the plan. Remember the goal that Lloris conceded at Anfield just a couple of months ago. Alexander-Arnold plays it in. Lloris gets up there, punches it down into the penalty area. It bounces out of the box and is cleared away downfield. Clear Liverpool tactic.
Yep, rode the ball in, and that was a good French fist.
Tottenham 0, Liverpool 1. Here in Madrid, lovely orangey sunshine on the top of the roof of the Metropolitano, where it says Madrid 19 final. And we've got the crests of the two clubs. Liverpool, long pass downfield, but that's way beyond Mohamed Salah, who's got his goal in the Champions League final, albeit from the penalty spot, so that edges him ahead of Mane in the Liverpool top scorer stakes this season, his 27th of the season.
Some say he's had an indifferent season. Ridiculous.
Tottenham with a throw. Rose takes it when the Spurs go marching in. We're hearing that in full force now as Kane goes into the challenge. It was Alexander-Arnold, it was Matip who came in with the challenge, caught Kane, who went spiralling over and crashed down onto the surface. He's okay, he's going to be back on his feet. It's a free kick, and I think Matip is going to be only ticked off for that.
Actually thought he wins the ball first time against Ali.
I'm very, very surprised that he hasn't booked him there. Very surprised. I know, they often talk referees letting the game settle, but I'm very surprised.
Oh, what a great ball. Free kick taken quickly to Son. It was taken quickly by Dele Alli. He was a little unfortunate there,
transition.
It was just deflected off Son onto the Liverpool defender, and it bounced away from him. And Liverpool were able to clear downfield, so it's a throw into Tottenham half inside their own half. We played 12 minutes, BBC Radio 5 Live, the World Service, BBC London, Radio Merseyside, live from beautiful Madrid, where the weather, the temperature, they said it was going to be around about 30 degrees at kick-off. Sitting up here in the stand, it's absolutely beautiful. Won't be so easy down there on the pitch. Here is Tottenham at the back. He was another one who's doubtful after picking up an injury, an ankle injury in the semi-final in Amsterdam. Like it goes to Hugo Lloris. Lloris, long and left-footed towards the halfway line, but Alexander-Arnold wins the header for Liverpool, 5 times European champions. Van Dijk heads it over the halfway line. Rose, now here's Son on the left-hand side. Son back into central defence again for Tottenham. Liverpool whistles because Tottenham have the ball inside their own half. And then it's drilled forward, left-footed by Vertonghen. Trippier at full tilt, gets there as well. Near the dead ball line, turns, gives it back to Eriksen, near the right corner of the box. Now it's back to Sissoko with the white wristbands on. Back to Eriksen on the right-hand side. Eriksen whips a left-footed ball towards the back post, but Alexander-Arnold was able to get up and head it out towards the far side for a throw.
That wasn't a very good crossing position, Sean. There a couple of times to put the ball in.
Yeah, I mean, a nice roll back for Eriksen. We know he's got great delivery. I'm amazed he didn't just whip that in. The power, the pace that he's got to put that in. You could see Tottenham now having to open the pitch up. That means that Liverpool have to be defensively resilient, work on their distance, work on the shape. But as I said, in the show, very, very good on transition, Liverpool. A really dangerous game Tottenham have got to play now, because they've got to open up to try and open up the Liverpool defence. Working at a good block at the moment, but it's a dangerous tactic.
Another raking pass from central defence from this time Alderweireld. Trippier was right on the white line, and he chested it back in, but the ball was already out. So Liverpool have a throw just down in front of us, next to where the blue carpet is, in front of the tunnel with the image of the trophy itself. just off the field, in between where Jurgen Klopp is standing with his hands behind his back. Mauricio Pochettino currently just sitting down in the dugout. Mauricio Pochettino yet to win a major trophy as a manager. Espanyol, Southampton, and now Tottenham. And Jurgen Klopp, who's looking to win his first trophy as the manager of Liverpool. Mauricio Pochettino, 5 years this week since he was appointed. Here's Dele Alli, but it bounces away from him. Robertson's pass was a little fortunate there, bounced back to him. And then Wijnaldum also can't keep the ball. And Tottenham have got it back inside their own half. And Pochettino now suddenly appears from underneath the roof of the dugout, skipping forward in clearly anger to the edge of the coaching area. Alexander-Arnold allows the ball to bounce behind.
You notice already, both teams, they play, we spoke about this, good distances, good on the front foot, trying to get the back foot up. And if you notice, the main threat at the moment has been getting good quality in behind the back foot, either back foot.
Quarter of an hour played. Tottenham 0, Liverpool 1. With 15 minutes played, why don't we bring in Robbie Savage for a view on the first 15 minutes of the match, Robbie?
Yeah, I'm not sure Liverpool are playing that well. I think Tottenham, have come into the game since the penalty was awarded after 23 seconds. See, I think it is a penalty. I think with the new, the way VAR is instructed in the Champions League, I think that is a penalty.
Yeah, thanks, Robbie. I think as well, when you see that, now we are used to the fact that in a UEFA match, that will be given as a penalty.
Yeah, and I think that is the magic of VAR though, because I think my initial reaction, as you know, was that was harsh. The more I looked at it, the more I saw this out of position right arm, then you think, no, it's got to be given. So that's what VAR's there for.
Well, we were both at the VAR meeting, weren't we, John? Referees, they're told to give them as harsh as it seems.
Yeah, that's what Damir Scamina did in Paris when Marcus Rashford scored the penalty and won the match for Manchester United, or won the tie for Manchester United. And that's what he did here when Salah scored in the second minute. So Liverpool leading 1-0. Here's Henderson, the Liverpool captain, gives it to Alexander-Arnold, who's going to shoot from the angle, 30 yards out, and that was not far away, a cross goal and wide of the foot of the post.
There's another interception, good reading of the play from Fabinho, prods the ball to Henderson, who feeds it to Alexander-Arnold. He must be all of 30 yards out, and he cuts across the ball, all sorts of swaz on it, and he's not far away, just past that right-hand post of Lloris.
Tottenham 0, Liverpool 1, and we've got a pitch invader who's running into the centre circle, so play obviously has to be stopped. And she has now been caught by a couple of stewards and is being taken away. The ball was just in the centre of the field. So 1-0 to Liverpool. Liverpool have actually conceded the first goal in their last 4 Champions League finals, European Cup Champions League final. Not this time. They're ahead in this match. And incidentally, when Liverpool have won this trophy, the 5 times they've won it, they've all been against teams wearing white. Liverpool in red tonight, Tottenham in white.
So you're ruling Spurs out then, John?
Well, I'm not ruling them out because they played a team in white last year and lost. Here's Alisson with the ball as play is back underway. Ball towards the left-hand side, towards Robertson. And then Sadio Mane felt that he was fouled there as the challenge came in from Trippier. Eriksen plays it through the middle, bounces off Henderson. Now it's back with Matip. And now Fabinho in the centre circle. Henderson takes it on. Henderson sees space for Robertson on the left-hand side. This is typical Andy Robertson. Off he goes, down the left wing. But then that's typical Sissoko to come in strongly, is able to get a touch on the ball, and then Robertson with a touch too, and he's able to shepherd it behind for a goal kick for Tottenham near the corner flag.
So important when Tottenham are playing the intricate passing through the midfield. They've got to keep the ball. I'll turn over there, you can see how quickly Mane, how quickly Salah, they break off their shape and they drive towards the goal, waiting for the chance to operate on transition, waiting for the quality to come in behind the back four, and they know they've got the pace to get away from the back four of Tottenham.
Ball up towards Harry Kane, not really been able to get into the game just yet. Tottenham 1-0 down. Oh, that's a lovely ball from Eriksen. Through towards Son, and then crucial defending from Trent Alexander-Arnold, who went across with Son and was able to just get a touch on the ball and take it away from him. But classic Eriksen with that pass from inside his own half, probably 10 yards inside his own territory. Tottenham still pressing here. Dele Alli, square. Now it's with Winks. Back to Dele Alli. Winks allows it to run to Eriksen, just outside the D. So close to slipping it through again, Ericsson, but this time Henderson was able to intercept and prevent it from reaching Son.
Great defending there, great team play from Henderson to work back into his back forward to stop that chance.
Ball swung in from the left-hand side, but straight into the arms of Alisson. Chris Sutton.
Yeah, we just saw that the earlier chance came from really good hold-up play from Harry Kane. Deft touch into the path of Ericsson. Question marks over Kane, his fitness. Can he last? Is he fully fit? It's a decent start, but they need to give him the service.
Yeah, if you've just joined us, the team news was that Kane and Winks are fit. They're both playing. They both started the Champions League final, and likewise Firmino for Liverpool. Who's not really got into the game, Firmino for Liverpool. Here's Henderson now on the halfway line. Henderson towards the right-hand side. Salah is out there, just runs his foot over the ball as he does as he moves infield. Then gives a pass to Firmino. Back to Salah. Left foot shot. Took a deflection off Alderweireld, which took it further wide of the goal. And it's another Liverpool corner, and let's see if they crowd Lloris again.
Again, it's a good driving run from Salah. Off that right-hand side, links up. It's a shot of about 25 yards out, deflects wide of the goal. And it looks like it's same again, John.
They are walking with a sort of air of menace, aren't they?
They've been strong at set pieces, you know, it's a great chance for them there. Tottenham got a really good diligent, a really good alive here.
Yeah, 5 men all around the Tottenham goalkeeper. Tottenham defenders in there as well. Alexander-Arnold with the delivery. Lloris comes, gets a punch on it, this time a left fist, which takes it bouncing out into the hoardings on the far side for a throw-in.
He's dealt with it well, Lloris, 2 corners. You know, they're asking questions, it looks like around it, but he's dealt with it well.
1-0 Liverpool lead. Throw into Liverpool. Jordan Henderson just having a little word with referee Scamina. I'm not sure what that was about. Just throwing to Liverpool, halfway inside the Tottenham half. Already over 20 minutes played. Mohamed Salah's penalty, the difference between the sides. The throw-in taken towards Salah in the box on the right-hand side, turns and shoots left-footed from an almost impossible angle, and actually it was so impossible, it's gone straight across the penalty area and bounced out for a throw-in.
You don't often see that from Mo Salah, a shot which goes out for a throw-in. He uses his body so well, you can't get too tight to Salah. He feels Vertonghen, good sharp turn.
It's a skill in that, mate. I was going to find it the stand.
Incidentally, not just out for a throw-in, it was 10 yards away from the corner flag. Firmino into the box from the left-hand side. His little ball in field was read by Vertonghen, who was able to move across and clear it away. Liverpool back in possession. Robertson, Firmino now. Mane with a flick with the inside of his right foot out to the left for Ronaldo. Ball cross from Robertson, looking for the arriving Salah, but Danny Rose got a touch to it. Such an important touch with his head, which took it flying out for a throw on the right.
How many times is he on the money, Robertson? Left-hand touchline, so many assists this season. Rose took up a good position.
Same as we were saying about Ericsson, that's why I couldn't believe he turned it down. At the other end of the pitch, Trippier rolls it back. Ericsson's got the same shape as Robertson now, his right foot out, working the ball into the box with power. The ugly ball, as they call it. Centre-halves hate that. Fizzing in, power, whip, horrible to deal with.
Tottenham still penned back in their defensive third. Son gave it away there. Liverpool coming again. Robertson to the left-hand side to Mane. Mane just drifting from right to left towards the dead ball line. Trippier goes with him. Trippier's able to stick out a left leg and block it behind another Liverpool corner.
And Ericsson getting dragged back, doing a job defensively. But that match-up, Mane against Trippier. Liverpool, a lot of play down this left-hand side. Trippier stood up well there.
Liverpool were in great form coming into the end of the season as they chased Manchester City all the way. They've won 13 of the last 14 matches, and actually this team, so just one change from the last league match of the season. Corner taken short this time to Henderson in the box. Now Robertson swings it in from the left-hand side. That's headed away on the edge of the area. And Robertson, as the two players turn, Kieran Trippier and Robertson together, Robertson, I'm not sure whether it's just a swinging arm that has caught Trippier, who just recoiled back and fell to the ground clutching his face.
Well, see the referee, Scamina, having words with Robertson. He's just running. His arm catches Trippier. It's a natural movement, isn't it? He catches Trippier in the eye or in the nose. I mean, Really, I mean, Trippier goes down. Should he go down there? It was hardly vicious.
It happened very close to the Tottenham technical area. Mauricio Pochettino, I think he must have said something, because the referee's just paused play here and he's speaking quite animatedly with Mauricio Pochettino, and then they pat one another on the chest and everything's all right.
Just looked like there, Mauricio Pochettino, like he's losing his cool. He'll be angry about the early goal, but he looks rattled.
Not difficult in these conditions to lose your cool, Chris. You might need that temper later, though.
Well, I was mocked earlier, wasn't I, by Sean Marsh and Robbie Savage,
But I can assure the listeners, Chris did tell us it could get freezing later. Not truly freezing.
We are quite
I can
high.
assure you it's not going to get freezing later.
We're quite high in the stand, but not that high. It's all relative. Sissoko just playing the ball back to goalkeeper Lloris in the penalty area to our left. Tottenham just keeping the ball inside their own half. Lloris goes low, and Van Dijk is able to, unchallenged, head it back towards the halfway line, where Sissoko, under pressure from Wijnaldum, miscontrols it out for a throw into Liverpool 10 yards inside their own half. 25 minutes played. You're listening to us on the World Service, BBC Radio 5 Live, BBC London and Radio Merseyside on a beautiful evening here in the northeast of Madrid. Throw in Robertson, takes it up the line. Trippier, who's recovered from that hand in the face. Then Son just can't bring the ball under control in the centre circle. Liverpool go forward again, but then Sissoko is able to turn it, roll it back all the way to Hugo Lloris in the penalty area to our
I
left.
think both managers at the minute are a little bit unsettled with too many turnovers, too many cheap turnovers, too many simple things going right, simple passes that are not finding the mark. Just happened again there, too many turnovers. And I think both managers will be a bit disappointed with that so far.
Yeah, 20 days since they last played a match. Whether that's a factor or not, I don't know. Whether the heat plays a part in that, but it has had that to it.
Oh yes, I think so. But that time, those 3 weeks have allowed Tottenham to get key players fit for this game. So I don't think Spurs will be moaning about that too much. And Liverpool, of course, Firmino fit.
Harry Kane. Ball out towards the left-hand side. Vertonghen now rolls back towards Vertonghen. Alderweireld's available on the edge of his penalty area. And then the Tottenham central defenders just exchanging passes, and then Firmino comes forward and closes down Alderweireld, who has to go long, and Trippier plays it on the volley into Robertson, and it bounces out of play next to Mauricio Pochettino, who then has the ball thrown at him by a ball boy, who hits him in the chest. Trippier has got a ball from somewhere, and he takes the throw. Alderweireld, again, the Liverpool press here with Firmino. Vertonghen just angles it to Winks. Now to Sissoko. Spurs still inside their own half. And then the long ball from Alderweireld through the middle. Son on the chase, running at an angle from left to right, takes the ball down, runs it out into the full-back position.
I thought he looked offside
And the
when
flag
he
is
made the
eventually
run. It was a tight one.
You can see both sides though, like I say, because they're both pressing sides, they want to get on the front foot. That means the back four's got to come up, but you can see very effective both sides when they have lengthened the pitch. They have asked questions in behind the back four. Very close there, very close to getting in top.
1-0 Liverpool lead. Liverpool supporters in great heart here. 16,000 more of them, more than that. Similar allocation for Tottenham as well, to our left. So many white shirts. Ball up towards Mane, who was challenged from behind by Alderweireld. It's given as a free kick. Alderweireld throws his arms up in the air, but it's a free kick to Liverpool, forward of the centre circle. It was Trippier
On Mane, diagonal ball from Alexander-Arnold, halfway inside his own half. Wasn't the best of balls, fired into him. I think Liverpool got a little bit lucky there. Looked soft to me, and awarded the free kick.
Free kick. Alexander-Arnold is over it. As I say, it's probably 10 yards ahead of the centre circle, so it's a long, long way out.
He's not going to shoot. He's not going to shoot, Sean.
It's taken short, and then Alexander-Arnold curls it in, and Sissoko moved towards it, jumped with it, but allowed it to go through for a goal kick.
I wonder whether Sissoko got a touch on that. Was switched on, was alert.
Almost half an hour played, and Liverpool leading through the penalty that was awarded after 23 seconds of the Champions League final. And Tottenham in a little bit of trouble at the back.
Very surprised there. Lloris is playing out there. They've set the press. Liverpool have set the press there, and they're still fighting their way to get out there. They've finally got out there, you know, but they're working ever so hard just to get the ball out of their own half. I think they maybe have to mix their play a little bit more, even from goal kicks.
Fabinho with a challenge on Kane. That's a foul, a little foul, and a free kick to Tottenham. Just when Tottenham were looking to break over the halfway line, Eriksen involved again. Eriksen's been involved in, well, the best of what Tottenham have been able to do so far in this final. Lloris clears long, left-footed over the halfway line, bounces off Matip. Van Dijk has to move across towards his left-hand side and then scoops a pass that Robertson will do well to keep in. In fact, he can't reach it. It bounces out of play just next to Jurgen Klopp for a throw into Tottenham. Trippier was quickly on the scene, wanted to take a quick throw to Eriksen, but thinks twice. Kane plays it forward. That bounces into the path of Van Dijk, who just clears it away downfield, and Tottenham have a throw.
Very effective at smothering the play at the minute, Liverpool. You know, their distances are good, they're compact, they're breaking into the main lines of pass. I know Tottenham want to get into the pockets, they want to get into. Doing a really good job at the minute, Liverpool. They're just containing Tottenham.
Fine lines between them in the Premier League this season. Both matches finished 2-1 to Liverpool. They were worthy winners at Wembley early in the season, but Tottenham gave them a real fright in the second half, at least, at Anfield. Here's Salah. Salah playing the ball through towards Firmino, but Alderweireld was able to move into position and take the ball away from the Liverpool number 9. Tottenham still with the ball. In fact, the offside flag goes up, and it's a free kick to Spurs halfway inside their own half. 2019 Champions League final being won 1-0 by Liverpool. Trippier. Here's Harry Winks. Missed the last 9 matches, just like Harry Kane. Now Alderweireld, who has played in a losing Champions League final for the team that plays in this stadium, Atletico Madrid, when they were beaten in the first of the All-Madrid finals. We talk about a final between 2 English clubs. Of course, we've had 2 Champions League finals in recent years between 2 teams from this city. Here's Rose over the halfway line, though, plays the ball behind Son with a little error.
Too many unforced errors at the minute, both sides, but particularly Tottenham. Too many moments like that, simple moments to build something into the game, you know, to build to be effective, to get in the top third with quality. Too many at the moment.
He did well initially. Rose knocked the ball around Henderson, left-hand side. Just a really poor pass. Goes out for a throw into Liverpool.
Throw into Liverpool, halfway inside their own half. Wijnaldum plays it back to Alexander-Arnold, who just hits the ball rather aimlessly to Sissoko in the centre circle, and Sissoko is able to drive on. So close, Sissoko, to finding the pass diagonally to Son, but Matip was in just the right place.
Yeah, you say that, but Alexander-Arnold's error came from a really poor pass back from Wijnaldum.
Eriksen now for Tottenham, rolls it to the left-hand side to Danny Rose. Blue boots, quick steps, but didn't get the movement that he wanted there. Danny Rose, who's berating his teammates and has to play it back towards the halfway line. Now Harry Winks turns on the ball, plays it centrally to Dele Alli. A flick from him, Harry Kane takes it up, then back towards the halfway line to Winks. Winks passes it behind Trippier. It's another error, passed out of play by Harry Winks this time. A really poor pass, and
Trippier is the out ball because Liverpool's back 4 are so narrow. Trippier hugging the touchline, but that was awful.
The manager, Pochettino, will be really frustrated at the minute, just from the simple parts of the game. I said before the game, I asked what I would tell the players. I said, build on the basics, do the basics well.
Here's Dele Alli. Dele Alli gets away into the penalty area on the right-hand side. Still going, plays the ball across. Actually tried to play it through the legs, I think, of Matip, and it caught the right leg and bounced behind for a Tottenham corner, which Ali is going to take quickly. He does to Trippier. Trippier looks up, curls it in towards the near post. Wijnaldum was there in position to head it out and back towards the right-hand side where it bounces out of play for a throw-in. Just over 10 minutes to go to half-time. Liverpool leading through the early Salah penalty. Trippier just holding the ball, the Champions League final ball with its white stars and orange background above his head. Trippier takes the throw. Eriksen near the corner flag, down here to the right. Robertson is able to get a toe to it, to touch it out of play, and it's a throw into Tottenham 5 yards back from the corner flag. Again, Trippier. Winks is at close quarters. Trippier loops a throw in towards Kane. That's won by Van Dijk against Kane. And now Tottenham win it back. Trippier. Tottenham fans feeling that he might have fouled Firmino there, but it's not given that way. And Tottenham still have possession, albeit deep inside their own half with the central defenders. But Tottenham wanted to hit that quickly, but felt that Trippier wasn't ready for it. And again, there's a little reaction from a Tottenham man, this time waving his arms in the direction of Trippier.
So open they've made it. Look at the fullbacks for Tottenham. High, very high, wide, and they've got the three coming inside now. Joining in with, or hoping to join in with Kane. Look at Son's position, look at Eriksen's position. Really trying to force themselves in to get nearer to Kane.
10 minutes to go to half-time, plus added time. Here's Henderson, the Liverpool captain on the right as well. Gets round the defender, but his cross is too deep. And in actual fact, swung out of play according to the assistant on the far side, so it's a goal kick.
Yeah, once again, a poor diagonal ball from Trippier, but Liverpool, they're shaped, they're just sitting in, Sean, waiting to pounce on.
Really, really good distances. They're alive, they're alert, they're coming out of us. Obviously, the early goal helps enormously. It's so difficult. Tottenham, like I said, they're opening up, they want to play, they want to open up the pockets. But when Liverpool get it and they work on counter, they can be devastating at times. Really chippy. Tottenham have got to do it. Don't get me wrong to break Liverpool down, but it is a big risk.
Remember how Tottenham came on strong at Anfield in the second half. Dele Alli flicking the ball forward, but that will just run through to Alisson, the Liverpool goalkeeper, who is able to pick it up quite comfortably. And actually, for once, just walks forward calmly with it, bounces it a couple of times. The bearded Liverpool goalkeeper, who's another who's made a big, big difference to this Liverpool team. Just as I talk him up, he launches the ball straight out of play, about 10 yards above the head of Robertson for a throw into Tottenham. Here's Trippier, who plays it back to his goalkeeper, Lloris, who was beaten by the Salah penalty. As I say, it was quite close to him. It was just a couple of feet above him, but
He gambled.
Yeah.
We can't blame the keeper.
No. Salah just hit him so cleanly, didn't he? Quite a big wind up, as you said, Chris, for the penalty. Stepped out wide to the right-hand side, came in, but struck it so well.
Not a rugby kicker.
Liverpool, ball in the Tottenham defensive third, but over on the far side, Salah has two Tottenham players with him, and the ball's deflected back onto Salah and out of play for a throw-in to Tottenham halfway inside, or deep inside their own half on the far side, that Danny Rose is going to take, next to a Tottenham flag from Nuneaton. The banners actually are a real feature at both ends. There are some great little messages on them that are hanging from all of the various points around the ground where the supporters have been allowed to hang the flags and banners. Liverpool with the ball inside their own half. Robertson turns it back to Alisson, who will pass it out towards Matip, who flicks the ball here to Robertson. Great pass. And Robertson has space now. He's looking to capitalise on that and takes it up towards the edge of the area and shoots. And Lloris, it was just above his head, but I think that was moving both at pace and from side to side, and he touched it over the bar.
What a player, what a season he has had. But let me tell you, the pass out from Matip, who was under all sorts of pressure from Son, was sublime. Crossfield ball from right to left, and Robertson just kept going and going. Given the space, and he hammers the shot, and Lloris did make the save, should have made the save, tipped it over.
It's a corner to Liverpool. It's the fourth one they've had, but it's the first one from the right-hand side. So this time, with Alexander-Arnold hitting the outswinging corner, they're not crowding Lloris. They're near the penalty spot. Ball into the near post. Son heads it out, and then Salah was underneath it, just on the edge of the D. He caught that well as well, but he's landed it halfway up the lower tier of the Tottenham fans.
I don't often say this, mind the windows, Mo. That was horrible, wasn't it? Right-footed volley. Vertonghen, worryingly for Spurs, has gone down, holding his left arm.
So what's happened there then? Vertonghen is crouching down in his own penalty area, and the medical people are on. He's down on one knee and now stands up. And is it a finger, perhaps? It's a bit difficult to tell.
Left elbow, isn't it? Left arm.
Yeah, it's his lower left arm. And the physio is holding his left elbow and manipulating his left wrist. And Vertonghen looks as though he's in some pain, and he's got his fingers pinching the bridge of his nose. And we're just seeing a replay now when
he's competing for the ball. The corner comes in, and Ronaldo gets the run on him, and you can see him now. His face is in a lot of pain.
I think he's going to be all right. I think he's going to go. We all know what pain in that is.
Elbow.
Yes, of course. Exactly what I meant.
That's our medical expert, Sean Dyche.
Thanks, Steve. I've been here for 2. I was just going to say, it feels like it being with you, and it was.
Yeah, Sean, welcome to a 5 Live commentary with Chris Sutton. The ball's out of play for a goal kick, and Vertonghen's going to be okay, sprinting back towards the halfway line, and he's now straight back onto the field. So 1-0 Liverpool lead, half-time approaching. Henderson playing a high ball over the top towards Mane, who is able to move away from Trippier, who is very tight on him. But they're together now in the Tottenham right-back area. Mane then found Winks on the scene as well, so played it back to Robertson. Angles a ball infield, and now Wijnaldum just outside the box. Salah flicked it, but didn't get enough of a flick on it to Mane, and Sissoko was able to arrive, and with both legs lock it out for a throw-in.
So Mane on virtually every time it turns over the middle, he drives at Trippier. He's driving at him, trying to get him behind him, trying to, disrupt Trippier with his pace and his power.
Robertson takes the throw. A little stooping header by Firmino back to Robertson, who loses to Son. And now Eriksen and Son running across field, but he's lost possession. Henderson with a chance to shoot. It's deflected back to Firmino in the D. Firmino trying to find a shooting position. Across came Alderweireld, so he uses Henderson, then plays it out to the right-hand side. Here's the cross from Alexander-Arnold, which hits the defender, Danny Rose, and bounces straight behind for a Liverpool corner.
Just wondered. He dwell on it too long. Firmino had the chance to get the shot off, took too long, and Spurs smother it out for a corner to Liverpool.
Those Spurs are not playing. You've also got the Spurs turn up.
I had a feeling you weren't going to let him get away with that. Corner then, Alexander-Arnold to the near post. That's headed away for Tottenham. The 2 Liverpool players near it. Salah hits a shot, but Rana sliced that. And I think it took a deflection as well. Lloris scampered to his right.
It's got to do better than that.
Premier League, seven direct contacts for goals, Liverpool. Each time this happens on, if they get the right quality in that, they have got goals in them from corners.
He should have kept that in, the secret, Lloris. It was a volley, or half volley. Salah took a deflection.
Yeah, and the spinning ball that had too much spin on it for the Tottenham goalkeeper, who fumbled it behind for a corner. Salah's going to take this one to the near post, but Son hooks it away on the volley with his right foot, and it bounces out of play, or at least Robertson makes sure it bounces out of play, with Eriksen not far away. Liverpool finishing the first half strongly here, leading by 1-0. We've got 2.5 minutes of the first 45 of this 2019 Champions League final to play. You're listening to it on the BBC Radio, 5 Live, the World Service, BBC London, and Radio Merseyside are all with us this evening. So millions and millions of listeners to the radio, and as Mauricio Pochettino said yesterday, 1 billion watching on television. Liverpool with the ball in from the right-hand side, blocked on the edge of the box by Alderweireld, and then Liverpool concede a free kick 10 yards inside their own half, and it's going to be taken quickly by Winks, looking for the ball over the top through the middle. Matip, who is in position to head it away. Harry Kane holds off Van Dijk, but goes to ground. No free kick, and Alexander-Arnold whips the ball away downfield. This is for Salah to chase, but Vertonghen got there first. Played it with his right foot back to Lloris. It's kept in by a leaping Danny Rose with his head on the far side, and Tottenham will pass it away from inside their own half. And in fact, Rose rolls the pass forward to Son on the left-hand side, and it is 3 against 3 as Tottenham come forward, but the ball is overhit by Dele Alli through Alisson.
2 million first errors from Tottenham. We're talking very high-quality technical players. I'd be so frustrated that managerial 2 million first errors for players of this level in the market.
Yeah, it's a disappointing feature of this Champions League final so far.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think it was the most difficult pass, Dele Alli, but to miss it by that far and allow Alisson to gather. And quite frankly, this first half, Alisson, I don't think has had a save to make.
Not made a single note of that nature. The ball was played forward for Liverpool, but Mane took a stumble there, or a slip, or under pressure from Trippier. Anyway, he ended up on the ground, and Tottenham have got the ball back. We're in the last minute of the first 45. Now, we had a goal right at the end. We had a goal right at the start of this half for Liverpool. And Tottenham coming forward. Robertson is able to get his foot to it and hook it out of play for a throw-in. The fourth official has just come forward with the board. He did flash the number, and I think it might have been a 2. Here's Tottenham's number 2, with a throw-in 15 yards inside the Liverpool half. Ericsson comes across, back to Trippier, then into the centre circle. Firmino unsettles Vertonghen, but the ball bounces for Sissoko. It is 2 minutes of added time being played at the end of this first period. Now on the right-hand side, Son moves away from Robertson. Son plays it across. Ali touches it back to Ericsson. It's opening up to Ericsson, but his left foot shot is hit horribly high over the crossbar and into the Liverpool fans.
And they worked it really well. It was an opportunity to let the ball go to the left-hand side for Rose, but when Ericsson gets within, 20, 22 yards of the goal and has a free shot, you certainly expect the goalkeeper to be worked left-footed.
At least have a little reminder of the Tottenham we know. A little pocket of play, filling the sort of D of the box with players in quality positions and trying to break out wide or get a goal.
1-0 to Liverpool. Tottenham with the ball on the edge of their own penalty area again. Final seconds of the first half. This second Champions League final between two English clubs. Trippier hits the ball downfield. Matip got his head to it. Van Dijk hikes it straight out of play for a throw in.
By doing that, it's just changing the feel a little bit. Asking a different question, stretching the midfield of Liverpool. Just asking a question. Can you go work off second ball sometimes as well as the beauty of playing through the thirds?
Trippier, full throw back to Sissoko. We've got 30 seconds of added time left. The whistles are Liverpool whistles. They want to see their team going in with the lead at half-time here in Madrid. Tottenham with Winks, then Rose on the left-hand side, and now Ali out on the left flank, and then it's worked across by Winks, but cut out at the near post by Matip. Alexander-Arnold then comes in with a challenge, wins it back. Rose is claiming that Alexander-Arnold carried it out and over the dead ball line, but the assistant on the other side didn't feel that, and it's out of play for a throw into Tottenham near the halfway line. So 1-0 Liverpool lead, and that is the half-time score. So the early